and welcome back to another episode of Not Being Funny with me, Emily Moores. What a lovely day it's been today. I'm on a rest day from work. It's currently a Tuesday. I'm going to see Ray and I'm really excited. I go see her with my sister and we were absolutely dying to get the tickets. So I can't wait. So I've done my makeup already. I've had such a lovely day. I've been out with my grandma, been on a walk. And yeah, just been like having a good natter really. I went to the gym this morning and just had a lovely day. I worked the weekend and it was over Valentine's Day and it's been my birthday, so I'm now 24. It's my birthday the week before and I had such a good time. I got unbelievably drunk at Bongo's Bingo and it was so much fun. I've never been Bongo's Bingo before. Would definitely recommend. We won a pink Henry Hoover and a pink unicorn, like a big fluffy unicorn, which was good, but didn't bring it home, not gonna lie, because we went to Albert Schloss after, and I just thought, well, we're not gonna get a Hoover in and we're not gonna get the unicorn in. I didn't win the Hoover, but we won everything in the round that got the grand at the end, and we just didn't win the grand, which is really upsetting. I would have traded the grand for the Hoover and the unicorn. But I had to get on stage. I didn't actually win. My friend Harry won. And I mean, it was my birthday. I was going up on the stage. Like the rule was if anyone wins first, I go up and I'm doing the dance on the stage. Sorry, but I am. I'm a attention seeker. I do acting, you know what I mean? I'm sat here filming myself. Like it was always going to be me. So thanks, Harry, for letting me have my moment to shine on the stage, jumping around with a big fluffy unicorn. But yeah, and then Valentine's Day, me and my friends did like a cute little. My friend just got a flat, so we went round, sat literally on a duvet, and just ate pizza and had a good natter and everything. My friend who hosted is actually the only person in a relationship out of any of us, but they're like quite new, so he was working. It was like already organised. He was working or was at a concert or something like that. So I can't really remember, but we had a nice night together and it was really sweet. And it's my second Valentine's Day single. Last one was quite a lot sadder. I feel like it was quite raw, you know what I mean? And I really feel like this year, the age of 24, the last year before my frontal lobe is like fully developed, I just need to be like on track and like I really want to value myself and even though I do all those things but really put myself first and assess situations for what they are. Like I feel like with it being over Valentine's Day, like I had a great Galentine's, like me and my friends have so much love for each other and it was just so lovely to have like a nice night, but we're all just having a chat and a few of us girls are all on the same page. I feel like we just don't accept or we accept behavior that we shouldn't and we accept treatment that we shouldn't when it comes to dating or relationships or anything like that. And I feel like I am at a stage in my like single life where I'm so happy and I'm like having so much fun. I feel like I have had a like kind of relaxed couple of weeks the last few weeks, which was much needed after Christmas. I feel like definitely because I did a lot of drinking, a lot of going out, but I feel like it's been really good for me and to have just like a little bit of time to like chill because Christmas was intense. Like, if I'm being fully transparent, like I overshare on here, I love oversharing, you know what I mean? But I saw my ex a lot over Christmas, and by a lot I mean like every day, like every night out I went on, we bumped into each other, and then we just ended up texting each other. I feel like it just happens because you bump into each other, you get a bit excited, you have a bit of a flirt, and then you're in this cycle of maybe flirting or having a bicker, or I don't know. You know what I mean? Vibes were vibing and then dead, And then I feel like it left me like, God, I need to not go out. Like, I need to not go out. I need to avoid this boy at all costs because it like upsets me, afterwards. Or I feel like confused after, and like, what is there to be confused about? Like, the relationship isn't there, so like, what am I confused about? Because if you're confused, that take it as the sign. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's subdued, and I feel like I just needed a bit of time to be like, right, don't go out, let's just like focus on yourself, and if we do go out, we go out elsewhere. And that's what I've been doing ever since. I've not been out in my small town since Christmas because I just needed a break. Like I couldn't, on a real, like, couldn't do that anymore. I felt like I was actually going mad. And me and my friend were talking about this, and I feel like my girls that live near me, or any girl that lives in a small town, has maybe dated someone from a small town, it's hard. Like when you move, you're trying to move on and you see each other regularly and you know each other's friends and everything like that. So yeah, I feel like Christmas is overall, like, say, even if you have an old friend or anything, it's a time where everyone sees everyone. So yeah, that was the Christmas, and that's why I needed a bit of like a detox, to be honest, because I felt like Christmas was a bit much. Even though it was really, really fun, it was a bit much. And then my birthday has just been like the rejuvenation of like having a drink and everything. And then obviously another big thing, I went to Poland. I went to Krakow with my friends, and it was just so good. It was like the week before my birthday, so it was over my friend's birthday, and it was really nice because last year we went to Barcelona for mine, and she came, and this year we went Krakow for hers, and it was so unbelievably cold. Like, I don't know if you've ever been on a cold holiday. I think that is the coldest I've ever been in my life. Like, we went to Auschwitz on one of the days, and it said it felt like minus 18. Another day, the coldest day was the last day. Again, said feels like minus 18. It was actually like minus 10. I've never been that cold in my life. Like literally, we were on a night out, like running from bar to bar. Not even from bar to bar. We were running from our apartment to a bar because it was so close. So we just like stuck with the same bar each time because we were like, oh, it's too cold. Like we couldn't even cope. Like it was painful. Like you had to have gloves on. And my poor friend, she forgot gloves. I don't know why she didn't buy any while we were there, but she forgot gloves and her hands looked like red raw. But without a doubt, like really, really good holiday. Like was so much fun, and I would definitely recommend Krakow. If or Krakow, if you were thinking of doing a bit of like a city break that's a bit different, got a bit of history and so many different things you can visit. It's really interesting. I did go to school. Obviously, there's a lot there about the Holocaust, so it's really good to go to Auschwitz. I would recommend if you do go to get a tour guide, and I feel like you need a tour guide. I got a tour guide when I went with school, obviously, and then this time we did as well. They pick you up in the centre, they drive you there. You go to Auschwitz one, and then you go to Auschwitz Birkenau, which is like where all the kind of like the sleeping barracks were and everything. So it's obviously really sad to see, but also like really interesting to see as someone that's very interested in history and everything like that. Very eye opening, and like to think that wasn't even that long ago, really. I think, was it the 80th anniversary or 81st anniversary the other week? I think it was. I think it will have been because it's like, mm, was it 44 when it was liberated? I think. But yeah, we went to the Schindler's List Museum. I'd already been to the Schindler's List Museum, but we weren't planning on going. We'd like walk towards like the Jewish quarter and to the ghetto, but it was so cold that we were just like, no, we'll pay anything. I'll pay anything to go in the museum just for a bit of warmth. So we did that, and it was actually not dear at all. It was £11, and the currency over there is zloty. But yeah, that was the only museum that we went to. Other than that, it was a Becca's birthday trip. So I feel like it wasn't really the type to be doing like sad kind of history stuff every day. But yeah, we had a really, really nice time. We ate so good. Like the food in Poland, the portions are huge, so cheap, and it's just so nice. So unbelievably nice. I had like the best pulled pork barbecue burger I've ever had in my entire life. And when I tell you the burger was like the size of my head, huge, like an oval kind of bun thing. And with that as well, we got dumplings to share. We got a starter each. We got a cocktail that you like made it yourself, like a potion where it came with like this like scroll with all instructions, and then like a huge meal that come to like £18, maybe £20 each. That is not bad. I'm sorry, like you'd be paying £20 for just the burger in the UK, or even the cocktail could cost you about 16 quid. Like you go the Alchemist. 14 to 16 quid on cocktails. Like, I could guarantee there's probably some for about 20 quid in the Alchemist or wherever you might go. Like, cocktails are dear. So the cocktail was only like 4 quid. And it's like, not quite as cheap as like Thailand, don't get me wrong, but like still cheap. And I would say actually, when I was in Thailand, cocktails weren't that cheap either. They were cheaper obviously than here, but like the alcohol over there was not that cheap. So I feel like that's where your money's spent is on drinks and alcohol. Probably any holiday you go on, really, isn't it? But yeah, it was so much fun. So if you are thinking of going on like a little city trip or anything like that, like think of Krakow. Like, it's a really really good trip. There's loads to see. It's a beautiful city. Like, everything looks so different. Everything is like, all your food places are like downstairs, or they all look like Aladdin's cave, like chandeliers everywhere, like drapes everywhere, like just really like funky furniture. It's all very cute and antique looking, like you've gone in like a cool charity shop type of thing. But yeah, really, really nice holiday. But yeah, like I was saying, I think this year a really big priority for me is not like to find love necessarily, but I just think my acting teacher was talking the other day, and he was talking about having not like necessarily self love, but it's like that self worth to be like, no matter what happens, like, I know I'm worth it, and I know where my kind of like what I deserve, and what I'm worth. You know what I mean? Having self worth is so important, whether it comes to friendships, relationships, jobs, anything that you're doing in life. If you have that foundation of like high self worth, then you kind of set like whatever happens, like, you know your worth, and it's not going to knock that. And I think in the past, like in dating in particular, I feel like I'm a very confident person, and I'm confident when it comes to dating. I could go on a date and chat someone's ear off, you know what I mean? But do I like see myself worth being that high? Even though I'm like, yeah, I'm a catch, like, I'm chatty. I would like to think I'm like pretty, like, like that's the type of thing. Like, I have high self-confidence, but do I have high self-worth always? Maybe not, because I think I have been in relationships or dated people where I know I've not been treated the way that I'm treating them. I've not been receiving the effort that I've given them. Like, I feel like I'm a very high effort person. Like, if I like someone and I'm dating someone, I'll travel to you, I'll see you, I'll do this, I'll buy you this. Like, I'm high effort. Like, I want to see you. I've got high energy. I want to talk. Like, I'm a big communicator. I'm a big complimenter. Like, I don't ever want to make anyone. I'm loyal. I'll big you up. I want you to chase your dreams as much as I want to chase my dreams and everything like that. And I feel like in my dating life, I perhaps haven't had that fully reciprocated to me. I don't think ever. Like, I have been in relationships, one particularly like proper relationship, like where I haven't been like a child. And like, yeah, like I had so much, like, unbelievable amounts of love for someone, and I'm sure they did for me as well. And I know they did, but like in a different way. Like, they were giving love to me in a different way, and I think I deserved more. And I put up with taking less for so long, and I don't know why I did that. And like, the fear of losing someone, and the fear of someone moving on, and having like a life without me, and like forgetting me, but then like forgetting my worth at the same time, to be like, well, if you move on from me or if you lose me, like, absolutely your loss. Like, I'm sorry, I'm a loyal girl, I'm a very kind girl, I'm a very high energy, I'm funny. Sorry, like, I'm so outgoing, and I'm so loving to people. Like, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and like, why would someone not want to be with me? And if they don't want to be with me, like, absolutely their loss. And yeah, don't get me wrong, like, if that person finds love again and is really happy, like, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them, I promise. But like, I'm happy for them. But at the same time, it's like, I'm gonna find that, and maybe that person just wasn't for me, or people I've dated just haven't been for me, and in different ways. And I think throughout the people I've dated, I've perhaps known that people weren't for me and try to force things. And I don't want to force things anymore. Like, I want to meet someone and it be so right, and like have so much love for myself and so much self-worth in myself that, like, no matter what someone does in our relationship, or if it doesn't work out, or if they don't want to be with me, then okay. Like, just trusting that their their deflection, or maybe deflection's not the word, their rejection is a redirection onto the right thing, because it's going to be one more no towards yes. You know what I mean? I'm going to meet the perfect person at one stage, and they're I'm going to love them so much that I'm going to think, ooh, why was I even accepting that? You know what I mean? Like, why was I accepting not feeling good enough, or not feeling valued in a relationship over like little things? Like, I want someone to match my level of affection, like match my level of energy, like someone that wants to do things, someone that wants to compliment me, someone that wants to, just like buy me flowers because they know it'll make me feel good, even if they're like a pound. I couldn't care less if they were like a crappy bunch of flowers. Like, just doing things because they know it'll make me happy, like the way I would do that for them as well. So, yeah, I think that's something I really want to carry into this year. And on the spirit of that, I thought I would tell you about some funny date stories that I have been on the topic of dating, because I feel like the last year I didn't go on many dates. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, I went on a few. Maybe for some people, I would be like I went on quite a few dates. I probably went on like four first dates, maybe five first dates. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe five. I'll put it at that. But like at uni, I used to go on quite a lot of dates. Like, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed dating, and like I just thought it was fun. Like, I'm very open to. I wouldn't say I'm like really want a boyfriend, but I'm open to finding that. And like, if someone was to ask me out and I thought they were attractive, like, I love love, and like, why would I not want to go on a date? Like, if I find you attractive and I'm free tonight and I'm not doing anything else, and like, you might take me out for a wine, or I don't know, we might go for food, or we might go do an activity or something. But yeah, I went on a few dates this year, and I thought I would just tell you last year even. I thought I would just tell you like how they went, because I feel like I was quite like hush hush on talking about like things like that last year, and like on my podcast and everything, whereas I used to be so open about it in previous years. Like, when I was at uni, I felt like I had this podcast but no one listened to it, and like I felt like boys didn't listen to it anyway, and like I would fully talk about the people I'd been on dates with, and maybe they did listen, and probably why it didn't work out. But I went on a couple of dates. So, firstly, I went on a date. I'll give you my reviews. Of not of the people, just of the dates. I just think it's like I went on my first one last year, and that was a guy that was like Portuguese. He was really really nice looking, and it was fun. Like, we went for a drink and everything. First fail. He was a chef. He'd come straight from work, like got changed, but straight from work. And if you know what chef smells like, it put me off straight away. Like, I've been don't get me wrong, I've worked in McDonald's, like, I've been a pot wash, I've worked in restaurants, I've worked in cafes. Like, I'm not like throwing shade here at people working in kitchens. I'd done that up until like last year, like just or the end of the year before. So, like, I've smelt like that myself, but I would go home and have a shower before I went on a first date, not coming like smelling like grease. So that was the first one. I actually couldn't see him again because the smell of grease was really like putting me off, and I don't know, it give like not necessarily to be like, oh, it gave me the ick, but like it did. Like, I couldn't look past it then. So no no second date for that one. And then I went on another date with this guy, and I'm short, don't get me wrong, so I don't really care about people's heights. Like, I'm 5'2". Put this in perspective, I dated a guy that was 6'8" when I was at uni. And can you imagine like how ridiculous the height difference is of that? I just think a bit extreme. Didn't work, you know what I mean? Like, absolutely up here. Like, I could actually say like my head was probably at his ribs type of thing. And then my ex-boyfriend is like 5'7", like, so quite significantly smaller than him. but like that probably works a bit better, you know what I mean? But anyway, this guy I thought was like dead tall from his pictures, like he looked really tall, and then when we met, he was like really small. And not that I'm particularly bothered, but like first first impressions, I was like, oh, wasn't what I was expecting. Anyway, the date was really nice. We went for tapas and we went to a Vuna and we got like sat on a little bar, and it was just funny because I felt like we were on a date with literally the waiter, because we were just like, I don't know, he definitely could hear everything. He was like chopping like lemons like right in front of us. And that date was like, it was nice, but he was like really sporty guy, and I'm very sporty, I would say, or very gymmy. I don't know what category you put me in. I'd put very fitness and very active, but I like a drink and I like to eat, you know. And he was very, very disciplined on the fact he didn't drink, he didn't eat like unhealthy. Like I feel like that was pushing the boat out going to tapas, and he was just very like, I don't know, just a bit restricted for me. Like, and I thought, no, not for me, not for me. And then the date after that, I went on a date with a guy to a Mexican. That was nice. Like, the Mexican was really nice. And we got tacos. And just through it, like, he was quite a smart guy. Like, he did like engineering and stuff. Um, like civil engineering or something like that. And he was just annoying me when we were on the date, to be honest. Like, he just was a bit patronising, like, you know, mansplaining things. Like, I don't know, that sort of vibe. Anyway, we're eating our tacos, and he had goat stuck in his teeth. He got goat tacos, and he got goat stuck in his teeth. So I just thought, I'm not going to tell you, because you'd annoyed me at that point. And there was a woman breastfeeding, and he was like disgusted by it. And I just thought, no, you're not the guy for me. And you can go home and realise that you've got goat in your teeth for slagging off that lady breastfeeding. That was that date. Wasn't gonna go on another one. You know what I mean? And then did I go on a date with some? Yeah, I did. I did go on a date with this other guy, and he was nice, like proper chatterbox. Like, he was really chatty. I was really chatty with several cocktails. He'd actually bought things to like cook for me because we were like in a bar near his flat in Ancoats. That was nice, but the vibes were just like friendly for me, and I feel like he liked me. Like, he called me afterwards and he was like, I really want to see you again, like, but like I'm looking for something serious, like, are you? But like, I can see that with you, like, you're really nice, like, blah blah blah. And I'm usually not the one to like let someone down, you know what I mean? Like, usually after a date it can just kind of like fizzle out, but I feel like he was like wanting like a response there and then, and I don't know, it just scared me a bit, and I was like, I don't know. But I feel like for it to scare me, it was like not the person for me, and I don't know, the vibes were just not there for me. Like, lovely guy, you know, you go on a date, someone's really nice, but the spark isn't there, and the spark wasn't there for me. Like, he was nice looking and everything, but I don't know, I didn't get that like romantic vibe. I got like friendly vibe. So that was like the fourth unsuccessful date. And then I went on a date in June. And it's quite funny because I I got like, I went to a self tape in the morning. I had such a full day. I went to a self tape, like a show reel taping in the day, in the morning. Then I took myself to the Makers Market in Northern Quarter. And then I met my friends, and then we got a little bit drunk. We had some sangria, we had some food, and then I was like, go meeting this guy on a date. And I feel like I knew I really fancied him, but I was kind of like, oh, like, I'm not that bothered if I get drunk before, because who cares? Like, it's probably not going to work out anyway. Like, being a bit pessimistic about it. Anyway, met him. And no, tell you what, I was waiting for him, and like, I'd obviously seen his pictures, but then there was this old man like approaching me, and I thought, have I been catfished? Oh my god, like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna have to walk off, like, I'm gonna have to call my friends. But no, he came, he looked really, really nice, like, dressed very, very nice. And we went to Lane 7 and we went on a date. There we played bowling, and then we had a few drinks, and we went to NQ64, had a few drinks, and we had a few more drinks, and we may have had like a little kiss. I was obsessed. I liked him. You know what I mean? And then we went on quite a few dates. I was seeing him for like 4 months, I would say, 4 to 5 months. like not, we saw each other maybe every other week, and it was just exciting, and we went on quite a lot of dates, and it was fun, and we went for a lot of food. He cooked for me, like he had a nice apartment in town and everything. So it was just really fun vibes, and I thought this is going to be good. This is going to be really good. And then the vibes just went a bit flat. And I was really sad, like I'm not gonna lie. Like it was such a confusing time because if I'm being completely honest, I was dating him and like was so excited, like thinking, oh my god. But it was that thing again of like really liking someone and someone being really, really nice, really, really chatty, like completely matching my vibe, but not matching my energy. And what I mean in that is like I was and I was going to town, like he lived in town. I was going to see him all the time. He never came to see me, which I mean, I didn't invite him to come see me, and I thought, oh, it might be a bit awkward because what if we bump into my ex, or like, that sort of thing, or maybe it's a bit much pressure for him, like if he comes to my house. But and I kind of knew the vibe was like, oh, this is dragging out a bit now. You know what I mean? Like, there's no oomph, and I need that oomph to be like, be obsessed with me because like I'm obsessed with you. And I don't know, I just felt like I was making the plans in the end and everything like that. Even though when we were together, like he was so complimentary, he was so like affectionate and so lovely and like everything I wanted in that moment. But then it was when we were apart and I was like, oh, like I was worried about, oh, are we gonna have a new plan or whatever? Anyway, then we kind of like had a chat, and I think he was like saying, oh, he struggles with relationships or like to like commit, like, and I just thought, no, okay, like whatever, like I was sad, like I'm not gonna lie, but it was the confusion of like I think I was sad because also I wasn't over my previous breakup, and I had this excitement to kind of like distract me, and not that that was a distraction, like I think I really wanted that to work out, but like doubly having that and then also feeling like maybe I wasn't fully over my previous situation, and not necessarily like the person, but yeah, the person, and also like I don't know, just that feeling of like rejection again. And I think, and I was talking about this the other day in like the self worth type of realm that I was talking about before. I think I have always had breakups where they've always been never anything huge, never anything mega fallout or anything like that. It's just not worked out, and there's never a reason for it. And I feel like other than maybe like, little talking stages, I've never been the one to end anything. Like, I've always been the one to be ended with. And I'm in my last relationship, like, I feel like I really put my neck on the line to be like, right, give ultimatum of like, this needs to change or we need to finish. And obviously it didn't change. And I don't think that's me making the decision to like end the relationship. The relationship ended because that person didn't put in the effort. And that was them ending the relationship, you know what I mean? And then we tried again, and then it was like nothing. It was just like, the wheel wasn't turning, and we just had a conversation and we were like, okay. But I feel like wholeheartedly, like I wanted that to work out, and I would have put all my effort in for that to work. But obviously it didn't. And I was just like, I think what upset me after this Christmas, I was just like, oh, it's so annoying that I'm still in a situation, never mind who it be with, but I'm in a situation where I'm like, I really have put effort and time into someone, and I feel like it's just fizzled out, it's not worked. And don't get me wrong, like that kind of relationship, like that dating stage ended like back end of summer more so. But like I just mean in the prospect of say, okay, I bumped into my ex over Christmas, and I feel like it did just bring feelings back of like, oh, like it's so annoying to be like such a giving person, and and be very forgiving as well, and not like get the reciprocation or the energy that I just feel like someone's going to give me one day, and I know they will. Like it, I know they will. Like, I'd love to believe in like a fairy tale, and I do. Like, I'm sure I will meet someone and they'll be my husband, and it'll be the best thing ever, and we're gonna, have such a fun time. But in the time being, it is annoying and it is sad to be like, oh, there's never anything that I can put my finger on why there's a problem here, but every relationship that I have just doesn't work out, and it's just something where they don't want to be with me. And it's like, oh, am I too much? Am I like too full on? And maybe I am, and maybe I am. I do go in like full throttle. Like, maybe not instantly, but like I'm a chatterbox, you know what I mean? Maybe that can be full on. But also, like, I'm not going to dull that or change that or anything, because I am this with my friends, and I don't have a problem making friends. You know, I mean, I don't have a problem making friends. Like, I have a lot of friends, and if anything, too many friends, because I make friends just wherever I go and then merge them. And yeah, like, that is something I really, really pride myself on. Like, I'm very good at making friends. I'm very good at keeping friends and being, a bit of like a mixer, like bringing people together and introducing people to each other and everything like that. So it always have so much fun. And I'm like, I'm gonna meet someone that matches the energy, wants to bring all their friends in with me, and like, that sort of thing. Just be like spontaneous, travel, have a lot of like, celebrate each other. I feel like that's something as well, like in previous things. I've not been celebrated, and I want that so bad, because I would love to celebrate other people and, really cheer people on, and like, I want that for myself. But yeah, I think that's a huge priority for me this year. Not necessarily to find someone, but if I do get in a situation where I'm dating, or even before like I go on a date, if someone isn't giving me the vibes of, like, if they're not replying, if they're taking days to reply, like this guy asked me out on a date this week, and then text me for like 4 or 5 days, like full on, and then not heard anything since. And like, if he thinks I'm gonna go on a date with him, which he probably doesn't, he's probably heard me. But if he thinks I'm gonna go on a date with him on Friday, you thought wrong, because it's the year of the horse. It's the year of making things happen, and that's not that. The year of the snake is done today. So we're shedding all the bad energy. We're shedding all the energy of can't be asked. Like, I can be asked. You know what I mean? I can be asked, so I want someone else that can be asked and to give me energy. And I've just not met that person yet. You know what I mean? And absolutely your loss. So I'll see you later. Like, that will be the energy for this year. And with everything, like, even though I always talk about my acting, is it self-worth that's holding me back on the fact of, like, I've not put myself out there fully yet? Like, I don't shove myself in people's faces, and I think I need to. I think I need to start shoving myself in people's faces of, like, because I'm gonna be 25 next year. I only just turned 24, bearing in mind. But I'm 24, and I'm like, God, I really want to do this acting thing, and like, when is it gonna start? But I act every week, and I have so much fun, and I wouldn't be like to anyone, oh, I'm an actress. But I am an actress. I act every week, and I bloody love it. Like, it's my favourite thing to do, other than like spending time with my friends and family in the gym, and my dog. But like, acting is where I feel so happy and so myself. And yeah, like, I think in my acting as well, like, that bit of self judgment has been like holding me back, and I just want to be a bit like rebellious and just go for things and just be a bit more over the top. Like, even when it comes to doing my social media and everything, like, just be a bit obnoxious with it. Like, I don't care. Like, just be in people's faces, because I used to be better at that, and I feel like I've like sucked myself in a bit, and I don't want to do that. Like, I want to be out there and just shove myself in in the eye of the people that need to see me for me to be a bloody actress. Like, that is what I want to do. And yeah, I don't know, really just trust myself that I can do it, and trust myself that everything is going to work out, and it will. But like I said, it is the year of the horse, and maybe it's not just a superstition thing. Like, if it's real, like, maybe this is the year to like really do things. And I felt like 2025 was like, the warm up. The warm up. I feel like I did so much traveling. I had so much fun. I got myself a really, really good job. Like, and I think I maybe didn't give myself like as much appreciation as I should have for that. And I was reflecting on it the other day, and I thought, if I can like manifest that, and I feel like I did manifest it. I used to be sat in my canteen being like, I'm gonna have this job, I'm gonna have a job in there, like in that office. And I knew I had my heart set on it, and I got it, and I flipping worked hard for it. And why can I not do that with my acting? Like, if I set a clear vision, like, why can I not do that? Like, I know where I want to be on Coronation Street, and like, I need to get myself on there, you know what I mean? And it's only gonna be with like hard work and committing and doing it for myself, and putting that energy in for myself, because it's only me that's going to get me there. And if the year of the horse is a real thing and it's about making things happen, and like I said, whether that be in friendships, relationships, my work, anything like that, like putting in that effort for myself as well, of like, you're not going to accept anything less, Emily. Like, I want a really, really happy, exciting, high energy friendships and relationship. And like, why am I accepting less than that? Not anymore. So that will be what I'm accepting. And I will be putting the work in, you know what I mean? Like, whether it be in the gym or in my acting, like, I really, really need to start pushing myself. And I feel like that is something everyone can relate to. I'm sure everybody has a dream, or maybe wants to be in a relationship, or wants like anything in your friendships. Like, I'm talking very broadly here, aren't I? Say, let's talk about dreams. Like, if you've got a clear vision of what you want to do, or maybe it's not even career wise, you really, really want a house, or you really, really want to move out in the next year, like, get that money box account, like, like, get saving, get working towards it, and like, you'll get there. Like, you will get there if you, and don't get me wrong, it's a very fortunate position to be in to like do those things. But like, if you're in that position and you just feel that bit of self-doubt, like, tell that self-doubt to like sod off. Get to the back of the queue. Go away. Because this year is going to be the year we're going to make it, and we're going to do things, and yeah, we're just going to have a lot of fun with it, and we'll accept no rubbish. Because do you want to go through another year of like accepting maybe a half-assed relationship, half-assed friendships, half-assed dating, half-assed job, a job that doesn't value you, a company that doesn't value you? No, I don't want to do that. I'm sure you don't want to do that. So, like, let's just have a year of like making moves for ourselves, putting ourselves first, and making things happen. And you know what? You might be in a position where I mean, a large majority of this podcast was about like dating. You might be in a position where you've never even been on a date, or where you've never been in a relationship. Like, maybe this is the year it'll happen. Maybe it's not. But also, is that because you don't put yourself out there? And maybe you don't need to. Maybe you don't want to. Like, maybe dating just isn't a priority for you, and finding someone you're like so content in yourself, and so content in your friendships, and that's like so cool to be like so content with yourself and so independent. And like, I wish I was a bit more like that sometimes, because I feel like I am very independent, but I'm a bit like, I have so many friends because I feel like maybe I need to be with people sometimes, or like I I date because I feel like that craving to like be in a relationship, or to date, or to feel loved, or to feel validated. And maybe that is what holds me back sometimes in like dating, because I'm in a position where I'm like craving that. But if you're not, then like, how good is that? Like, you're independent, but also, if you've never dated anyone, like, and what? You just need to have confidence in yourself. I feel like dating can be really fun as long as you're being safe, and you're letting people know where you are. Like, go on that date, and if it doesn't work out, like, and what? You might even never see that person again. You just got to put yourself out there. And a few of my friends, like, I feel like they think, oh my god, like, Emily, like, confident, like going on dates, or like first dates with someone that maybe you've met on Hinge or anything like that. But like, you could do that as long as you are, again, being safe. Putting yourself out there is the way you meet people, and the way you might make it work. And you never know, like, love might just come to you. It might be in the pub, might be at work, or just someone you meet, or a mutual friend, or anything like that. But then again, it might take you putting yourself out there, because like, you need that door open. You know what I mean? If when it comes to work and everything, or career wise, or friends, like, you need to put in effort, and the door needs to be open, and you can manifest all these things. But if you're not putting yourself in the places that you need to be for it, or you're not putting in the work for that, or the self work for it, like it might not work out. And I think like this is a year that I really want to be accountable for myself and call myself out on being lazy or call myself out on, you know, valuing myself too lowly or not putting in that work for myself because that's what is holding me back. And yeah, I just want to be accountable for that, but also give myself a lot of self love and like really allow myself to appreciate myself and everything and know that everything comes when it's meant to, as it will. But yeah, I just think it's good to put yourself out there sometimes and like be open to receiving good things. I think my full point of this kind of rambling podcast was, even though I talk about dating a lot, but over the last few weeks and like over Valentine's Day, off the back of Valentine's Day, I just really, really reflected on it and I really thought I have I have been valuing myself too lowly and like I don't want to accept stuff like that anymore or be worried about if someone's going to move on or anything like that. Like I just want to be so content in myself and what I bring to the table that I'm like, okay, if you don't want to be with me, absolutely, I'll see you later. Someone else will, and they're going to be amazing. And yeah, like I'm so ready tonight. And he might hear me. My husband might hear me singing "Where the Hell Is My Husband" tonight at Ray. But I'm going to end this podcast here now because I'm going to go see Ray and I'm so excited. I'm going to have a girly night with my sister, have some Prosecco because I didn't have any drinks this weekend. And Prosecco is not my go to drink. I will say Prosecco isn't. It's fizzy. Like I'm a Rennie's girl through and through. Like I am a heartburn girl. But can I also say, so random, I don't know about anyone else, but I have not been able to burp ever. Like, and I mean, like, ever throughout my life. Like, I've just not been able to burp. I get the most awful, awful acid reflux whenever I drink, especially like fizzy things or alcohol or acidic things. I get like the worst heartburn ever. Like, I could be popping like 10 Rennies a night. I've been burping. I've been burping, and that might sound like silly to be like, like whoa about. No, that is whoa for me. Like I've been and they're not like loud burps, they're like little burps. But like I'm like, is something changed like in my throat or in my chest or something? Because I've not been able to burp ever. Like my friends have been there like bashing my back on nights out, and I always have to lie down after food because I always get like indigestion and everything. I've been able to burp, and it's been a bit like life changing to be fair. Like it's not cleared everything, but it has been lovely. It's been life changing, and if you're able to burp, like really don't take that for granted because not being able to burp and feeling like you need to is painful. But yeah, that's my update of the week. And I'm going to do my recommendation of the week as well. So, I got this new deodorant, right? And I've always been one for a right guard men's deodorant. Like, I feel like it really, really does the job. But I've been using this new deodorant, and it's from Daisy, which I don't know if it's a brand or a Superdrug own brand. I don't know. Daisy. No, it can't be because I got it in Boots. I've seen it in Superdrug as well. Daisy. And they do deodorants, right? And they're the best smelling thing ever. Like, they have that deodorant smell as well. But such a nice deodorant smell. And I can smell it on myself all day. So, like, I'm going to show you. It's actually here because it's on my bed. This, and if you're listening to this and you're not watching it, it's like a really nice bottle. It's green and pink. And this one is raspberry and mint. And unreal. Like, if you want your armpits to smell nice, like, not just of like men's deodorant, get your hands on this. I'll do a bit of ASMR. Real good. I love ASMR as well. I'm not even gonna lie, like I feel like I used to be like guilty pleasure. No, I flipping love ASMR. Like I listen to ASMR before I go to bed, and it's just like people giving people facials or chatting through their facials. Like I love a facial thing. I've never had a facial, so maybe I need to do it and get a massage or something. But yeah, I love it. Anyway, I'm gonna go now and listen to Ray. Bye.